Today I'm gonna read a book with the title Statistics 101 from data analysis and predictive modeling to measuring distribution and determining probability. Your essential guide to statistics, written by David Borman. We start with reading introduction. Data analysis, predictive modeling, and data science. These terms are splashed across the news, in books, and online. They are applications of a field of mathematics called statistics. Although the names of the application are varied and diverse, the study of and knowledge of statistics is at the core of these disciplines. Statistics is the measuring of data and interpreting that data to prove or disapprove a point. That's it. Statisticians collect and work with large amounts of numbers and measurements. Then they calculate how the numbers relate to each other or how they affect each other. If you know the basic of statistics, what the numbers tell you, and learn how to collect or obtain accurate, reliable, and good numbers related facts, and if you further learn to use statistics to arrive at conclusions, then then you are well on your way to developing a meaningful statistic-based analysis. This skill can be of great help to you at work, at school, or in your daily life. This book is for you if you are new to statistics. I'll help you build your knowledge gradually. First, we look at core concepts, with each section covering a basic unit of knowledge of statistics. Each section is designed to stand alone, giving you the option of reading the book cover to cover for comprehensive study. Once you've grasped the basic, or if you already know them, you can jump to a section you are interested in and read only the material you need to learn. The book can be used if you are studying statistics in a high school or college course. It can also help you brush up if you've taken a statistics class in the past or now being exposed to a statistic at work and would like to know more without taking a full-length course on the subject. Finally, there are some sections written for high school and college students on how to use statistics in school projects. These units are there to help you understand, design, and test what are called the quantitative research section of assignments, section that require a statistic analysis. Read through the book in the order of the section provided or jump to the section you like to learn. Either way, you're well on your way to gaining a full grasp of what statistics is and how it used in business, scientific, and academic studies. The basic of statistics, a tool of measuring. The science of statistics is used to analyze large group of numbers. It can be used with spreadsheet software to build simple programs. These programs are called predictive models, and they can help do just that. Use statistics to predict the most probable future outcomes of a set of circumstances. While predictive models, data analysis, and data science are different, they are they all use the same related statistical tools. With them, you will be able to get data and then provide a testing method to answer a variety of questions. Fundamentally, most statistical studies and models want to know how the numbers that make up the data relate to each other. What's the average? how does the shape of the data look on a graph? And possibly the most important in any study or research assignment, what does the data tell us? What does the data tell us? Study, studies use statistics. The desktop computer became a reality in the 1980s. People were encouraged to get a desktop computer and were told that it would release users from mundane tasks, giving them more personal time. Well, that didn't happen. What did happen is the governments, companies, and individuals found that there was a great deal of data available to help these entities make decisions. Just like the classic questions: what comes first, the chicken or the egg? You can argue the issue as what comes first, the data or the question. In other words, did the data show that there is a question to be answered, or are there questions that require the collection? Unlike the chicken egg conundrum, the answer to the data collection study question is that they are both right. With all the data that is available, people can sit at their desks, analyze the data, and pose questions implied by it or answer questions posed by someone else. Before the age of the desktop computer, that work was being done, but only by those who had access to larger computer and who could pay the bill for the very expensive computer time. In those days, computers sometimes took up rooms or even, in some cases, entire buildings. Today, because powerful computers are accessible and easier to use, statistics have worked their way into the fabric of our daily lives. In today's political campaign, statistics are an essential tool used by candidates. How many people voted for your political party in the last election? How many of them are men? How many are women? By what percentage did women support your party? What percentage of the men, pollsters, a central part of campaign personnel, are experts in statistical analysis? You have no doubt seen a news report in which candidate X leads candidates Y by 5 percentage points with a margin of error of plus minus 3%. What's the question? With any good study, the question at the study's center must be clearly stated. From there, you'll know where to look for good information, and you'll also know what kind of information will help you answer the question. After you've collected the data, you can start using statistics to help find the answer. Here's the typical question that data analysts use statistics to answer. How many people visiting your company's social media page are in turn visiting your company's website? Once they are there, what advertising blurbs led to get biggest sales? There is an underlying question here. What's the most effective advertising combination for the biggest sales? The question is embedded within the study. Finding the right information and data is critical to a good study. Good statistics can be made into great statistics if you can use information and data that are most relevant to the question. In this example, if you successfully use the science of statistics to measure accurately the relation of the website and advertisement as they relate to sales, you will also be able to build a predictive model that could tell you how the ads would work in the future. What is the value of a predictive model? A predictive model uses a study's result and then build a tool that gives a good chance of predicting the future with similar data. These models are used in marketing, finance, and medicine, among other fields. Statistics in scientific terms. In more scientific, in more scientific, in more scientific, in more scientific terms, statistics measure the frequency, distribution, randomness, and cause-effect relationship of data points in studies. Statistics is used to determine measures of center, spread, and relative frequency, and to create models used for predicting outcomes in finance, marketing, manufacturing, and medicine. It is even used in sport. Michael Lewis wrote a book titled Moneyball, The Art of Winning an Unfair Game, which later became the movie Moneyball starring Brad Pitt. It describes how the general manager of the Oakland Athletics used sabermetrics, a branch of statistics that deals specifically with baseball, to help a small market baseball team compete with the teams that had more money to spend. Using statistics, it became more prevalent in the sporting world, and not just baseball. Turn your favorite internet sports page and you'll see row after row of statistics about every sport being played around the world. When you use statistics, you are looking at group of numbers from survey and studies, and they're measuring how the numbers are related to each other. Finally, statistics can be used to develop a predictive model with specialized tools that can help determine the cause-effect relationship between inputs of data. Okay, it's enough for today. Next, we will continue to read the rest related to data is the key of statistics. Okay, thank you very much. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.